Hey everybody, welcome back to more Mass Effect 2. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we talked to everyone on our crew, just as a nice little comeback from the loyalty, from the suicide mission. I'm good at words. This time we are going to be going through. First of all, we just gotta. Oh, actually, hold up. There's something I forgot that I could do. Bring Legion along, and Tali can join us as well.
Can I help you, sir?
It's been a couple of years since I passed through here. Security seems to have tightened a bit.
After the Geth attack, there was a review of security protocol. A few minor changes were made to reduce the risk of Geth infiltration. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Geth do not infiltrate.
You should leave your personal synthetic assistant at home. They're not allowed on public shuttles anymore.
Geth do not intentionally infiltrate.
Thanks for your time.
Next.
I love that little line from Legion. Geth do not intentionally infiltrate. I don't think I have anything here. Oh, actually, no, we do have one minor side quest thing.
Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. A C-Sec spokesman has announced an arrest in the case of Denaria Claris, a Kithoy Ward sanitation worker found murdered several weeks ago. Reveal Ospanov, a human, has been charged with first-degree murder and a crime of racial hatred. Claris was in a relationship with Ospanov's former spouse.
Gotta love Citadel politics. But we are mainly here to buy up more fish, and also we might as well pick up our model of Sovereign, which I could have sworn we did, but apparently not.
I think there's any place on board we could buy a fish.
I know I just wanted to grab those, but we might as well clear out the Citadel of all of its goodies for cash. We don't need to listen to the Galactic News. We don't need to listen to news. We're well-informed individuals. God, that was the
I'm Commander
worst way to
and
word
this is
that.
my favorite store on the Citadel.
I love that guy though. The that shopkeep. I said
You know
it so
what's
early
good?
as well.
Alliance Corsair. The battle's pretty realistic.
We do have a forged ID. I don't know where we turn that into. Picked it up in Garrus's loyalty. So we'll find somewhere for that. Like Lisa's been seeing El Jelani. I don't mind Kalisa too much. Let's go down to 26 because it's the last place to go.
Look, it took me a long time to get this refund. It's a decision on Joe. He said there'd be
Go
one.
through here.
Do you have a service order?
No, I got the refund
No one there.
at the exchange, and then he said go to the warehouse.
Wouldn't a refreshing, delicious Chipari sports drink hit the spot?
Chipari. Let's go and check in with Serta. Serta has nothing.
There are occasional motor control side effects. Jake loves to run. What if it makes him fall down?
I'm
Then we
Commander
got
Shepard, and this
Saronis,
is my
which we already
favorite
took
store on
care
the
of.
Citadel.
Where is this actually for? I mean, it's gotta be somewhere on the Citadel, because we picked it up on the Citadel. Let me actually look this up. Citadel Forged ID. Is it just... I'm very confused about this one. There's a couple of subquests that are just like really weird to take care of. So nothing there. Not you. Hold up. What is this? Okay. So it is on the 26th floor, or on that one. This, again, some of these minor quests, I do know. Oh, this one.
I can't believe these humans. No fly lists? What did they turn this place into?
I overheard you talking. Having a problem?
It's a private matter.
Give me a chance. I might be able to help.
I don't see why you would. Since your kind gained a seat on the council, they've taken over CSEC customs. There are hundreds of new security checks and travel restrictions. We've been flagged as a potential risk for Geth infiltration. They won't let us board a ship back to Asari space.
Why would they consider you a risk? You're obviously not Geth.
I don't know. They wouldn't tell us. We got on a list somewhere for some reason, and they won't tell us anything because it's classified.
Who won't let you board a ship?
I don't know who made the decision. Some pencil pusher at the shuttleport told us. The one outside the CSEC station?
I'll see if I can get it sorted out.
I'm not holding my breath.
So we can do that, but we can also, you know, talk to them. We can hand over the forged IDs. However, we don't really need to. I want to see if we can get through this without having to have the forged IDs so that they can, you know, actually get through.
Can I help you, sir?
I talked to a couple of Asari. They say customs won't let them leave the station, but they weren't told why. Can you help me out?
I'm sorry, sir, but all matters related to station security are classified. We can't risk Geth infiltration. Revealing why someone is on a watch list might compromise the safety of CSEC's undercover agents.
My name is Shepard. I'm a Spectre. I checked them out personally, and I'm confident that they're safe to travel. I want them removed from your watch list.
I'll have to confirm your identity. Well, all right then. I'll have their names removed per your authority, Spectre. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I'm fine. Thanks for your help.
Next.
And there we go. We can actually flex our Spectre authority for one of the only times in the entire series. Or not in the series, in this game. There's plenty of stuff we do as a Spectre in 3, but not too much here.
So?
Good news. I convinced them to let you go.
You what? How did you do that?
When a Spectre vouches for someone, CSEC listens.
You're a Spectre? I heard the humans were nominating many of their kind, but I didn't know that...
I was a Spectre before we got a seat on the council.
Then you must be Shepard. I never would have guessed. It's an honor to meet you. Please forgive my earlier rudeness. We should get ready to leave. There should be another ship heading to Thessia tomorrow.
And there we go. Nice way to take care of that. We do get paid $1,000 for it as well. $1,000 plus the chance to, you know, flex our authority. Hell yeah. I'll search for where to buy the extra fish, or I'll look around for the extra fish between episodes, because that's not really important. And that is something I want to do. I want to have a full fish tank. That's the real importance. The fish tank. Can pop on up here, feed our fish, because we lost our last ones. The only people to die during the suicide mission were our precious, lovely fish, our innocent fish. But now I'm going to take care of the worst DLC. Probably one of the worst in the entire series. Firewalker. Firewalker's not bad. It's just really bland. You'll see what I mean once we get to Alista.
Fuel reserves at 50%.
So, again, I checked through every single system in the game.
Detected an anomaly.
I have an anomaly out here on Ziona, which means I haven't actually scanned it.
Launching probe. I have found something.
Anomaly detected scans are located at the Hammerhead exploration vehicle and also show active data storage sites that may contain as to the whereabouts of Doctors Case and Aloy. Should probably find out exactly, you know, what the whole deal with this is. Let's bring along... Let's go along Grunt and Thane. Sure. Grunt feels like he could deal with lava pretty well, and Thane will appreciate the aridity. I don't know if that is actually a word. Oh, and we can see Grunt's helmet too. And Thane's. I've seen Thane's.
Ship is safe. We've run into the Geth far too often. I'm going to stay at the next site with Dr. Oloe. I think we'll be safer there.
Here. Cerberus's Project Firewalker has reported that a survey ship has gone missing near the planet Ziona. The ship was carrying researchers and a prototype planet-side exploration vehicle when it went missing. Cerberus has asked that the vehicle be recovered and that any signs as to where the whereabouts of the researchers be reported. We can just do this bypass. Bop, bop. Bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop. And bop.
Primary systems online. Welcome to the M44 Hammerhead Infantry Fighting Vehicle. This is your onboard VI.
Meet the Hammerhead. It's like the Mako, but worse. Yeah, the Hammerhead is vastly inferior to the Mako. First of all, it is squishy as hell. Yeah, we're getting to that. It squishes all hell. The movement is even more awkward just because it's so floaty. They took the, what was wrong about the Mako and just reversed it. So, yeah. This is what Firewalker is all about. It's exploration missions in the Hammerhead.
Look at that.
They're so boring. Yeah. These missions aren't pretty. It's a decent idea, I guess, but it just doesn't work. So, instead of complaining about the Hammerhead the entire time, I'm going to do something that I actually had completely forgot about for Mass Effect 1, and that is talk about the voice actors. Now, this is a very different one from the case that I usually have. I believe a number of the voice actors are, like actual actors, full-blown actors. It's rude to say, like actual actors, as if voice actors are real actors too, but you know what I mean. Live-action actors. So I don't really know these ones as well. I'm just going off of their voice acting credits when I give them other stuff, so just keep that in mind. Our main character, Shepard, if we are being the male, we are voiced by Mark Meer. Mark Meer, I believe, is a comedian normally. Was brought on to be Shepard. And then on the something that you'll hear me say quite a bit, doesn't have too many other voice acting roles aside from Mass Effect. But Mark Meer is Shepard. Female Shepard is voiced by Jennifer Hale, who is a very accomplished voice actor. She is Bastila Shan in Knights of the Old Republic, Lilith in Midnight Suns, Cinderella in a ton of things since 1999, Galadriel in Shadows of War, as well as a number of other Lord of the Rings games. Ash in Overwatch, Killer Frost in a lot of DC stuff, Kimmy Howell and Alice Twilight in No More Heroes 2. Going through Ayla Secura in a bunch of Star Wars animated stuff, as well as making, I assume, an audio cameo in Rise of Skywalker. She is Princess Morbuck, Sedusa, and Miss Keen in the Powerpuff Girls, Naomi in Metal Gear Solid, June and Kyoshi in Avatar The Last Airbender, as well as Samus in the Metroid Prime games. Though I don't think Samus talks all too much in those. Then just going along to our two Cerberus companions. Miranda is voiced, and I believe also is the facial reference for Miranda. It's Yvonne Strahovski. Again, like a lot of people on this list, not too many other voice acting credits. Jacob, meanwhile, is Adam Lazar White. Again, also not too many voice acting credits. Joker is voiced by Seth Green, who is like a ton of stuff in Robot Chicken, including Robot Chicken himself. I don't know too much about Robot Chicken, so like I don't know. I think it might just be like Seth Green's thing. He also voices Chris Griffin in Family Guy, Leonardo in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, those. And then also with our ship, we have Trisha Helfer voicing Edie. She is Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat X, as well as Sarah Kerrigan in StarCraft 2, which I think is a remake. I don't understand StarCraft 2 too much. Like, it seems super old. But whatever. Garrus is voiced by Brandon Keener, who is the advent speaker in XCOM 2.
Mission objectives completed.
And we can pop out. Which is a game that I might eventually do on the channel. Not sure yet. That would be a War of the Chosen thing, which I'm bad at. But whatever. Also, found wreckage of freighter MSV Rosalie, M44 Hammerhead acquired, recovered research data. You thought that was it? Nah, buddy. Prototype recovered from Project Firewalker. Good work on recovering the Hammerhead in one piece, Commander. It'll prove useful. Also, the data you recovered from the MSV Rosalie's emergency beacon contains significant intel on a few points that Dr. Case and Dr. Aloy investigated. EDI has added the locations to your galaxy map. We hope that one of them leads you to the Prothean site. Despite Dr. Case's obvious instability, he's proven to be a brilliant and dedicated scientist. If you salvage more of his logs or journals, it will greatly help our efforts. We don't know how the Geth are tracking Dr. Case, so please be careful. They didn't say please. They're rude. But I'll just keep going through. Tali is voiced by Ash Soroka, who doesn't really have too much other stuff in terms of voice acting as well. She is credited as Liz Soroka in this and Mass Effect 2. I believe she's done a few directing credit stuff. I think like some short films mainly. So we can pop on into the Hawking Ada. Then we have Thane, who is voiced by Keith Farley, who is Kellogg in Fallout 4. Actually, a number of people who are present in Fallout 4 in this, we'll see later. Samara is voiced by Maggie Baird, who doesn't really have much else. Morden is voiced by Michael Beatty. Similar situation there. Not much else for him in voice acting. On the exact opposite end, we have Grunt, who is voiced by Steve Blum, who is Wolverine in a lot of recent animated stuff, as well as a lot of recent animated stuff. He is Sub-Zero and Baraka in Mortal Kombat 11, as well as adding in Reptile and Bo-Rai Cho in MKX. Sauron in Shadow of War, as well as a few other recent Lord of the Rings games. Green Lantern in Injustice 2, Krang in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Zeb Orrelios in Star Wars, who I don't know if he's important at all. Amon in Korra. Also, you only have missiles, so this thing is so squishy, by the way. The Hammerhead. Yeah, that beeping is saying that you took damage. We were fighting against generic troops, and we were on low health. Anyways, Steve Bloom is also Killer Croc in the Arkham games. Orochimaru in Naruto, again, also the English dub. Grayson Hunt in Bulletstorm. Jack Kamen in Mad World, both of those main characters. Leron Littner in Gurren Lagann. We can just go through there. Darkstar in No More Heroes. Vilgax, Heat Blast, and, hold up, what is it? Ghost Freak in Ben 10. Yeah, Ares in the original God of War, so not the remakes for the PS4 and 5, the ones on the PS2, question mark. As well as the English voice of Spike Spiegel. Yeah, very accomplished voice actor voicing our very lovely Grunty boy. Then going over to our final party member, Legion. Legion, voiced by DC Douglas. We have seen him on the channel before as both Kamoshida as well as Rufus. Kamoshida from Persona 5, Rufus from Trails of Cold Steel. Also voices Dylus in Rune Factory 4, Yoshikage Kira in JoJo, Gunther in Fire Emblem Fates, Wesker in Resident Evil, as well as Ravis in Jedi Survivor. Moving on to Jack, she is voiced by Courtney Taylor, who is the voice of the Chief Poof in Bugs Next. I always love pointing out the Bugs Next voice actors because they're just so ridiculous. Then, as I mentioned before, there is another tie-in with Fallout 4. She is the voice of the female survivor in Fallout 4, so your main character there.
Geth forces detected.
Yes, I'm aware. Just kind of snipe them from really far out. Ada Wong in Resident Evil is also voiced by Courtney Taylor, as well as Juhani in Knights of the Old Republic. Behind the voice actor doesn't have her marked in the remake, but I would assume that she still is. But, you know, never know. Then Zaid is voiced by Robin Sachs. Didn't really have too much aside from this. He was Sergeant Roderick, the boating school instructor, in that one episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. You know the one. The one with the drill sergeant, boating instructor, voiced by Robin Sachs. Unfortunately, he did pass away of a heart attack in 2013, shortly before the release of the final DLC of the series, that being Citadel. He had finished recording his lines by the time that he passed, and so I believe the end credits of either Citadel or of Mass Effect 3 proper did have a tribute to, or do have a tribute to Robin Sachs in there. Our other DLC character, Kasumi, is voiced by Kim Hoy, who doesn't really have too much else. Dr. Chakwas is voiced by Carolyn Seymour, who is Queen Mira in Gears of War.
Hostile forces approaching.
Our favorite ruler of the Krogan, not Rex, is voiced by Stephen Barr, who doesn't really have too many more other acting, voice acting credits, I should say. Caden, who we will not see in this series anymore, because in this series he is dead. But I failed to mention him in Mass Effect 1, so I think it would be remiss of me not to mention him again, or not to mention him at all. Voiced by Raphael Sbarge, who is Professor Z in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Ashley, who we will be seeing, and honestly is the reason that I picked her is because of her voice actor, that being Kimberly Brooks. We have seen her before as Angelica in Trails of Cold Steel, also is Jasper in Steven Universe, and animated versions of Bumblebee and a lot of DC things, as well as Shinobu in No More Heroes. Our final party member in Mass Effect 1 that does not return for Mass Effect 2 is Liara, who's voiced by Ali Hillis, who is Lightning in Final Fantasy XIII, Palutena in Kid Icarus Uprising, as well as Mary Ann Shelley Godwin in Xenosagas 2 and 3. I have not played Xenosaga, but I enjoy Xenoblade, and those are, the precursors to them. So, yeah. Would be a smart thing to eventually do anyways. And finally, of the characters that I want to note out is the Elusive Man, voiced by Martin Sheen. Martin Sheen, I do remember a fun fact about him, because he is also the face of the Elusive Man. And of course, the Elusive Man smokes quite a bit. But The Martin Sheen does not. Martin Sheen, during, I remember reading this, that, during, like, motion capture for the Elusive Man, Martin Sheen would use a pen in place of, the cigar. So, that's just, it's a fun little detail. Again, I'm pretty sure most of these voice actors are, not usually voice actors, but, so I'm not really able to provide more information on what they do, because when it comes to live action stuff, I have no idea what's popular and what's not. So, yeah. That takes care of the voice actor portion, which I, again, sadly did miss. That's also going to be something that I need to figure out what to do with when we get to another Xenoblade game, because
Hull integrity compromised. Please move the vehicle away from the acid.
Shut up, Hammerhead. It also, like, crumbles at the slightest bit despite, you know, floating. Yeah, Xenoblade largely uses a European voice acting cast, so there's a number of characters that I definitely wouldn't recognize.
Forces detected.
These missions, the Hammerhead missions, the Firewalker missions, are really bad. They're just boring. They're really easy. We could just destroy, yeah. Oh. Of course I say that, then I explode. It's better not. Oh my god, really? Oh my god, really? I'm gonna be honest, you're not missing out on much by not doing Firewalker. It's a few points of war assets in Mass Effect 3. That's about it.
Scanning for mission objectives.
Firewalker's so bland.
Mission objectives located.
Like, it's not bad. It's worse. It's boring. Firewalker's just so boring. There is, like, nothing to do. The Hammerhead just has no survivability. You go from the Mako, which can easily tank hits, to the Hammerhead, which keep it in a firefight for more than 6 seconds, and you explode and have to restart the entire mission. It's just not fun, really. So, whatever. Honestly, I'll save you the trouble of me going through this again. I'll come back when I'm done with this mission. Because guess what, there's 4? I want to say 4. I think there's 4 of these, and I'll at least go through them once around with me commentating, because that's a smart thing to do. Now it's at least show off a little bit of the content, but I'm getting Firewalker out of the way, plain and simple. And it is a shame that Firewalker is so bland, because the other DLC in 2 are really good. I mean, Zaid and Kasumi can be a little bit disappointing because they don't really have proper dialogue, but they're at least better than the Hammerhead. And then Normandy Crash Site is short, simple, sweet, no problems whatsoever with the Normandy Crash Site. Lair of the Shadow Broker, fantastic. Overlord, fantastic. So it just leaves it leaves Firewalker in a weird position of being by far the worst DLC that actually adds content aside from, you know, just. Of course, if you're playing Legendary Edition, it's not actually DLC, but it wasn't really DLC. It's the worst piece of DLC that isn't just like a new armor. So, yeah. It's just... And especially because, you know, this does a very well... Lair of the Shadowbroker and Overlord are... Aside from just the humor that Citadel provides in Mass Effect 3, they are the best, like, actual stories in the Mass Effect DLCs. And then you have Firewalker with a questionably existent story, poor gameplay, yeah, it's... I am not a fan of Firewalker. I'll probably refresh my palette with maybe doing Overlord after this. Yeah, I think I might do. Also, Arrival's decent. It's not. Arrival's nothing special. But I think what I'm gonna end up doing is we'll do Firewalker, then we'll do Overlord, followed by all of our anomalies, all those side missions, those very, very minor assignments, and then do probably Lair of the Sharebroker, then Arrival. That would do it for Mass Effect 3. It sounds like a decent bit, and it might be. I don't exactly remember how long the other DLCs are. I don't think they're particularly lengthy. Swear to God, if I landed in the ass and it blew up because this thing is weaker than paper. Relatively, of course. Obviously, if this was actually made of paper, it would explode somehow even easier. Yeah, literally, your best play is to run away and be a coward. Because you just can't survive hits. You can't survive any sustained fire at all. So you just kind of sit here and hold down the shoot button for like 5 minutes. Not 5 minutes. For like 30 seconds. It's, yeah. They might have been able to have something with this, but I think with just how flimsy the Hammerhead is, it's a bit difficult. So, yeah. Ah, shoot. I just realized I said I was going to cut things off, and then I continued to keep talking. Well, whatever. I'll probably do that for next time. The other missions, I honestly might just speed those up. Data recovered from planet's surface. Historically significant artifacts recovered. Dr. Case's location not found among recovered data. Geth presence on planet eradicated. Firewalker is not fun. In fact, the artifacts you gathered might give us a lead on a larger Prothean site. We have incredible value for historians and might be instrumental in building our understanding of the Prothean legacy. Excellent work in mitigating the Geth presence, Commander. This will keep you. We will keep you apprised of further Geth activity should it threaten mission integrity. I also will warn you, this is not the last we will see of the Hammerhead. No, it is not. I wish it was, though. Hammerhead is not fun. So I'm glad that they cut it out in Mass Effect. They cut out any vehicles in Mass Effect 3. But that will do it for this time. Next time, we are going to finish off Firewalker, one way or another. But until then, see you guys later.